All right, so the NHL just released all of their reverse retro jerseys. I figured I'd have a little bit of fun. I know I have terrible taste in jerseys, so I'm going to rank them all in a tier list, and then all of you are going to make fun of me in the comments. That's how it's going to work. Let's do it. Starts off with Anaheim. Actually, really like this one. I think it's super solid. It brings back their old logo. I like the orange in it. Great. Going with A tier. Arizona up next. I like the background colors. I do think it represents Arizona pretty well, but they kind of already brought the Kachina back already, so bringing that jersey and logo back doesn't really do it for me. If they hadn't brought the Kachina back yet multiple times, maybe it'd go an A, but it's going to B. Boston, they just threw a bear on a white jersey. I mean, I guess it's better. I've never been a big fan of the smoked bee, so at least they didn't stick with that. At least they tried something. I'm going to give them a little bit of credit there. It's fine. Nothing special. Low B, probably. Buffalo logo I used to really like as a kid. I don't think it works quite as well with the Buffalo yellow. Liked it much more in red, but they knew the assignment. They did good work. I'm going to put that one in B also. I'm going to put it ahead of Boston, in fact. Calgary, this one I really like. I think the white C is absolutely amazing. The white hot fire. They put it on the black background. That's beautiful. They get their colors in on the shoulders. The only part I don't like is those stripes at the bottom. If they had done that a little bit better, this probably goes in S tier, but those stripes knock it down to an A for me. I'm going to put it ahead of the Ducks, though. The Canes, this is just lazy work from the Canes on the whole. The sideways downward angled name is very played out in the NHL, and the rest of the jersey is just mostly red with a simple stripe. They've played out their hurricane warning flags a lot already. I don't think this one is particularly good. I'm putting this one down in the D tier. Chicago, you didn't even try. This goes directly into butts tier. You wrote the name of the place you are straight across your jersey and threw a couple stripes on it. You didn't do anything. That's butts. The Avs. I don't like this jersey very much for a couple of reasons. Obviously, I have a little bit of more in depth knowledge here, but there's a few things that annoy me about it. First of all, the Avs have had 4 special jerseys so far, that being the 2 Stadium Series jerseys, the first reverse retro, and this one. Of those jerseys, 3 of them are whites, and the one that is a home is the monstrosity from the Air Force game. So the Avs have not had a special jersey fully in home colors that's actually decent yet. I would really like them to make one at that. Secondly, this one is representing the Colorado Rockies, but there's 2 problems here. One, the Avs have already done a jersey playing homage to the Colorado Rockies. That's their 3rd jersey, and that one is amazing. Many people argue it's one of the best jerseys in the league. This does not live up to that at all. 2, they already made basically this jersey. Certainly, this logo, the first Stadium Series game, was just the Colorado C plastered on the front. That one was in Avs colors, so I do appreciate them using the Colorado colors a little bit, but I don't think it's a very interesting design. It's already been used and just not that good. Better than the Canes, like they didn't just write their name on it, so I'm going to give it a C, but it's just not a very interesting jersey to me. Columbus, could have been a very good jersey. I just don't think they did enough with it. I like the black center on it for the logo. I like the stars up the side. I like the color work with the blue and the black. They just kind of kept their same normal logo and slapped it in the middle. Didn't really do anything special with it. So I'm going to give it a low B, but it might really deserve a C. Detroit goes right into butts next to Chicago. You can't just write your name across and expect people to like it. It's stupid, especially for an original 6 team with a classic logo. Those are the types of teams that can get away with just throwing their all-time logo on there and it being okay. This, terrible. Edmonton bringing back their oil drop jerseys. They understood the assignment, and I do like this one a good bit. I like that they turned to the oil drop orange instead of the blue. They've added a little bit more color with the orange on it, with the stripes. It's not overly complicated. They did go with the strings, the shoe strings on it, so like that as well. I don't think it's quite A. I'm going to put it in high B, though. I do think it's a good jersey. Florida Panthers, this one goes straight in S. You guys can make fun of me all you want for all of these jerseys, but this is the peak of humanity. Palm trees on a hockey jersey. It's as good as it gets. I will accept no arguments on this one. Make fun of me for the rest. The Kings, the throwback to the classic Kings jersey. They've got the purple, they've got the yellow. Another jersey I think would have looked better if it was a home and not an away, but still very, very solid, right in line with the assignment. Not super creative. They didn't really do anything super, super cool. So I'm going to keep it in B along with the Oilers one. Minnesota, they literally just copied their last assignment and flipped the colors around. They didn't go with anything interesting as far as a logo or anything like that. They didn't even really pay homage to the North Stars. I know Dallas is still around, but just not very well done. I'm putting this one down in D tier. I think it's kind of garbage. Looks like Subway. It's not the Canes. It's not lettering, but it's just not very good. The Habs, this one is going in D tier. There's probably some history with these colors in the Habs that I don't understand and have not looked up, but it looks terrible. So I'm putting it down here. Again, same thing, ahead of the Canes. At least they didn't just write Habs on the front of their jersey, but that coloring did not work for them. The Predators, for some reason, decided to use the worst logo in their history. The logo that, if I was part of it, I would pretend didn't exist and never mention it ever again. And they also stuck it on the yellow. They didn't lean into that navy blue that they used to wear this time, which I much, much prefer. Wish they would have done that. Ahead of Minnesota, but also going in the D tier. New Jersey, who also paid homage to the Colorado Rockies because it is technically their franchise. I think they did a lot better job than the Avs. They stuck with their normal logo, but put the Colorado Rockies colors around the outside of it, added the stripes, the shoulder pads, things like that. It fits the Rockies pretty well for an organization that is actually tied to them. And the Devils just have a decent logo. I've always liked their logo. Gonna put it in C. Nah, you know what? I think it's probably low B. I think it's probably low B. It's better than Colorado. Islanders, they bring back the Fishermen, easy A right off the bat. I don't think it's as dope as like Calgary's is, who just made it look so good with the different color scheme, but it's a very good jersey. Going in A. The Rangers bringing back the Statue of Liberty logo. It's much better than their official logo. I think they should switch to this one officially. I know they won't because it's their original 6 and they're always going to keep that thing. But I love this logo. I'm giving it an A. The Sens also really like this logo, do like what they did with the jerseys. A lot of teams try to do these off angle stripes and it doesn't work, but I think it works well on this Ottawa jersey. It's not an all time logo. I don't think it's quite as good as like the Ducks or the Rangers or this Flames one. So I'm going to put it in high B. It maybe deserves low A even, but I'm going with high B. The Flyers didn't do anything. They made a jersey that is just like their normal away jersey with a stripe or two on it. They didn't even do the assignment, and that's still better than putting just your name and letters on the jersey, but they didn't even try. The Penguins brought back the Robo Penguin, always a jersey I liked as a kid, but it doesn't quite live up to anything special. Just the standard, hey, this is something I liked. It goes in B. Sharks, look, it's going in butts because it's the same thing where you just wrote your name on the front of the jersey. It doesn't count. But at least they tried to pay homage to the Golden Seals here. They at least tried to do something with that. So I'm putting it ahead of Chicago and Detroit, who literally just wrote their name on the front of the jerseys. At least the Sharks tried something. They just didn't try very hard. The Kraken don't have a real retro thing to throw back to. I mean, I guess they could have thrown back to like the Millionaires and some of those other teams that were there, and they didn't really do that. So maybe that knocks some points off. But I like the Seattle logo. With that, I'm going to give it a solid B. I think it's a decent jersey with that hard split of the light and dark blue. We'll put it at the bottom because they didn't really have any history to go with. Stars, very simple throwback to their old logo. They understood the assignment. I like the silver on it. I think it's pretty well done. Not quite my favorite like some of these other logos, so I'm going to put it middle B. It's good. It's not great, but it's a solid jersey. The Blues, this is the only one that actually has a logo that I'm putting in butts tier. I'm going to put it in front of the other type ones because they at least tried, but that's an awful logo. It's just absolutely terrible. They decided to make the majority color of the jersey yellow, despite their name being the Blues, and everything about that is just gross. I have nothing to say. It's going in butts. Tampa, love this jersey, love the old logo. I'm especially partial to this one because it's super 90s and that's my favorite type. I love all the cheesy stuff they put on it. So I'm going to put it in low A. It probably deserves to be in B with the rest of these, but this one is just my favorite of that time. Toronto, this is the same as the Flyers. They didn't even try. They just released another Toronto Maple Leafs jersey. If you are into that, you probably like it, but this is nothing special. It's just like all the rest of them. It's going in D next to the Flyers. Vancouver, look, I'm going to give them credit. They tried something. They tried something with their alternate logos. They put a thing together that maybe some people are like. Personally, I don't like where it went, but at least they tried, so I'm putting it in C. I don't think it's terrible. Vegas gets the Canes treatment. I guess it glows in the dark or whatever, but I could care less about that. It's just your name angled down your jersey. You're going in D tier. Capitals, really, really like this one. I think the gold they put in on it makes it look super, super cool. It was a logo I liked as a kid as well. This one goes towards the top of B. Not quite as good as the Tampa Bay one for me, but definitely, definitely up there. And finally, the Winnipeg logo. Is this a throwback to their homage or paying homage to their history? Yeah, sure. But they've also done this numerous times already. Not very creative. It is a good logo, though, and not anything to scoff at. So I'm going to put it in low B. I don't think it's amazing, but pretty solid. And that's all of them. I'm sure you hated every single one of those. So let me know either down in the comments or wherever how dumb I am and how I should re rank these.